Morning. It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program. Today is Wednesday. It is December 24th. It is Christmas Eve. I hope everybody is having an enjoyable day. Thank you very much for kicking it with us on the program today. Let me know where you're watching from inside the comment box. Also, thank you very much for joining us during Wake Up Bama this morning. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast that was dropped today. It'll be more of a continuation of Alabama versus the world. I kind of like that theme as we go into the Rose Bowl. It's not often, as I've been talking about, that Alabama is the underdog. So definitely want to hit on that as we continue to push forward to the Rose Bowl. And I'm so excited for Alabama and the opportunities that they have in the upcoming Rose Bowl going against number one seeded Indiana, right? You think about all the opportunities that Alabama has, and to play number one, as I continue to say, it's an absolute privilege. So thank you very much for kicking it with me today on Bama Football on YouTube. You know, on the podcast, I was talking about Ty Simpson in that interview with Bussin' with the Boys. I'm sure you all saw it. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But I thought it was absolutely hilarious. They asked him, you know, how bad does he want a national championship? And I don't know if you watched the interview or whatever, but he said that he's willing to do anything. And I'll just let you watch the podcast to see what he said. But, yo, this guy wants a national championship more than anything. And I love kind of that ride or die mentality from Ty Simpson. And I feel that Ty Simpson, I feel like he was micromanaging himself too much, as I continue to say. And now, since we have like pissed off Ty Simpson, I think that he's going to absolutely just kind of ball out. And maybe he finds the best version of himself towards the back end of this season. How about that? So, and what he did against Oklahoma, I thought he played a really good game. The first time, think about this, fam. The two times that he went against Oklahoma, all right, stay with me here. The two times that he went against Oklahoma, an elite defense, right? He threw for over 500 yards, right? And 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Right? Aren't those the stat lines for Ty against Oklahoma? That's pretty noteworthy. I also bring up the fact against Oklahoma that he was, 4 of 4 downfield passes, 120 yards and a touchdown. So maybe Ty Simpson is starting to come on at the back end of the season. I like what he did, honestly, against Oklahoma. And so here we go into the Rose Bowl. And it's a great matchup for him against Fernando Mendoza, right? Fernando Mendoza, I showed kind of a head-to-head stat, about the two quarterbacks. He has Ty on completion percentage, and Ty's been sacked a lot more than Fernando Mendoza. But this is going to be another great matchup. And look, this isn't the only quarterback that Alabama has faced that's very talented. I mean, they've been facing really good quarterbacks since the beginning of the season, right? I mean, even at one point in time, Tommy Castellanos, by the way, who just declared for the NFL, he was one of the most dangerous quarterbacks, right? And then you kind of look to who Alabama faced throughout the entire season. It was one good quarterback after another, and the defense got better and better and better. And they've seen all types of quarterbacks. They've seen pocket passers. They've seen quarterbacks that can run. So love the matchup, and it's clearly Alabama versus the world. So much so, have you seen this? I just posted this on Facebook. I don't know if you go to ESPN or not, but this is crazy. So right now, Indiana has a 74% chance to, I guess is the ESPN metrics, to win this game. Have we seen a more lopsided matchup predictor? I'm trying to think, seriously. Alabama is an incredible big underdog in this. Is it still 7.5? So, wow. I mean, you look at this and 71%. All right, 71%. Shoot, that's crazy. All right, we got a super chat in. We got Y224 with the $4.99 super chat. Yo, who's old enough to remember? The username makes me remember Y2K. Do you remember Y2K? Is anybody old enough to remember Y2K? So if you don't, and thank you so much for the super chat. Y2K, it was crazy because we had forgot about like an extra digit, so things were going to roll over to like 2000, and like all the computer systems were going to crash, and it was going to basically be like low key, like kind of like an end of the times. Do you remember this? Y2K? Where were you at Y2K? So obviously 2000, I was, I guess, a freshman in high school, and this is around the time that the internet had started like coming around. A little bit before that. Do you remember the internet when you used to like plug in at your house in the dial-up modem? What were those sounds that they had? You know, bing bong. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. We also got Lag Gaming in with the super chat. He says, I want Bama to win so bad. Indiana fans have gone nuts, flat out threatened me and my family. Yeah, I saw this. So Lag Gaming. This is a crazy thing. So out there, it is a dangerous place, okay? On social media is a dangerous place. I think that if you post something, like, be careful, because you know you're one click away from like getting some sort of like heated drama with people. So always like take the high road, and it's better just not to, you know, get in something with somebody. I'm telling you. And there's a lot of people talking about Y2Ks. Thanks Lag Gaming. I appreciate the support always, bro. Really appreciate it. So haven't seen Alabama this big of an underdog in quite some time. So 71% of the metrics say that they're going to be Alabama. I like it. All right, that's fine. I love the underdog. I think it's better for this game going into it. And call me crazy, okay? And I get it. Indiana is a very good football team. I'm not going to say that this is a bad football team. I just have seen Alabama play recently on that Friday night. I look at the health status, right? Even we're going to talk about LT Overton in a second. We got an early Christmas present, right, with LT being healthy. Thank goodness. But I just feel that I feel less anxiety going into the Rose Bowl as I did the later games. Like, I had a lot of anxiety going into that first game against Oklahoma. I had a lot of anxiety going up against Auburn, and a lot of anxiety going against Georgia. I don't really feel that same way. And look, I was confident going into this other game against Oklahoma. I don't really feel that way going into Indiana. I think now it is like it's do or die, and that's it. Like, I think you're good. So I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to pick Alabama to beat Indiana. I would imagine it's going to be interesting to see what the national kind of crowd does. If they pick Alabama kind of as the upsets, this would be the one to pick as an upset. If you want to look really good as like a national person, pick Alabama to beat Indiana, right? So that's kind of where we're at. Let's see who's on this Christmas Eve show. By the way, I hope if you're traveling, if you're out there, I hope you're safe. Enjoy your time with your family. This is always the most enjoyable time of the year, right? All right, so we have Max Tooney. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Max. I appreciate all your support, bro. Young C, always coming to us. We got the Haunted Syndicate. We have Bruce Williams coming to us. All right, we got Mo Sleep. What's up, Mo Sleep? That sounds nice. So Mo Sleep, right? Even though I sleep well, and I don't have my body. Look, I get quality sleep, and I know a lot of you are like, yo, don't you sleep? Yes, 100%. But I think because I sleep so deep, I can function at a higher level, with like, I don't require like 9 hours of sleep. I just put it that way. Okay. And you're never going to find me sleeping in. I can't. I can never sleep in. I wish I could, but I'm up. I mean, that's just me. Miss Careless, what's going on? I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, as always, for all your support this year. Same thing with you, Project. Thank you so much, man. You guys are definitely real ones for sure. Andy out in Denver, thank you very much for everything this wonderful season, man. You've been fantastic. Eric Burrow, you're a real one as well, bro. Jeff, what's up, man? Roll Tide to you. Thank you so much for kicking it with us. Miss Crystal Jones, been here the entire season. Thank you so much for your support and your dedication as well. Neil, what's up, man? Thank you very much for kicking in with us. Jarvis as well. Jarvis with the big super chat yesterday, man. Don't think I forgot about that, man. I really appreciate it. Arvin Poole, what's up, man? Merry Christmas to you and to everything, to you and your family as well. Roderick, what's going on? We got Chris from New Jersey. Really good crew. And people are always like, why do you say good morning to everybody? All right. Because my favorite, Anna, what's up? Good morning to you as well. Because you know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, and you guys say good morning to each other too. It reminds me of, I don't know if you did this at your church, but there's a break like right in the morning part where you say good morning to everybody. And it kind of like sets the tone, right? So that's kind of, I think it's kind of a good start to getting the day off going and getting every show going. A33, what's up? Thank you so much. Mystery 340, what's up? Thank you so much for being here this morning. Everybody, inside the comment box. I really appreciate everybody. If I didn't give you like a shout out, don't hold it against me. Just there's a lot of people here. So just know that I really appreciate your support. And you know that I probably gave you a thumbs up inside the comment box within the videos, right? Because I read all the comments, right? 100%. Joe, what's up, man? Thanks for coming to us from Lincoln, Alabama. And then I have a special shout out to some recent big supporters right here on Bama Football on YouTube. All right. We had Elizabeth Reed the other night come through with the $200 super chat. That was during the game, which was incredible. I think that's the biggest super chat that we've had this year. We had Jarvis come with it with 100 yesterday. And then on a rewatch, we actually had 1980 Jeremiah T. You know, the thing about it, so Elizabeth Reed has been a really strong supporter for sure. She'll come in and out. I think she's always on, right? Really big supporter. Jarvis had a really big win recently, and he was generous enough to, contribute right here to Bama Football on YouTube. And then Jeremiah ADT, I gave him, we never met before, but he messaged me on the Facebook account, and he asked me for some recommendations on where to play golf. And, hooked him up, of course. I love golf, and hooked me up with this $100 super chat. So there you go. And all the super chats, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. It goes a long way. If you're a fan funder, of course, I appreciate that. So just know that I am really grateful for all your support this entire year. Really, really appreciate it. All right. How about an early Christmas present for us Alabama fans, right? My goodness, we got Patriot Life right on cue, man. Patriot Life, my boy. Perfect timing for this good news, Patriot Life. How happy was everybody to hear the news about LT Overton? Not only from that he's coming back, just that he's healthy, right? Like thumbs up, because I was like, man, what's going on? And we saw the rumors, and we were just following Coach Kalen DeBoer's lead on that being an illness. I'm just glad. I don't even care. Like, I'm glad that he's coming back clearly, and it's going to be an added benefit to Alabama's defensive. And he said, back like I never left. So clearly he's 100%. I'm just glad that he's okay, right? And I'm glad that he's back, because anytime you miss multiple weeks, whatever it is, whether it's a hamstring, whether it's an ankle, whatever it is, I'm just glad that the kid is back and that he can finish out with his teammates. Now, Alabama, this is another added weapon, and don't get in that mindset to when he comes back that you're not going to have other guys contribute. That just means you have more weapons to work with on the defensive side. That just means that Keon Keeley and Jordan Renaud got much-needed playing time, right, to get out on the field when their name is called. And next year, they'll be better for it. So LT Overton announced that he is back like he never left. So what an update for Alabama football. Now, you guys happy? On a scale of 1 to 10 inside the comment box, what would you say that your excitement level was when you heard that LT Overton was healthy? This came out yesterday. So I think probably like a 10, I guess, for me, just because I'm glad that he's healthy for his personal, well-being. And number two, I think it's an added benefit for the Alabama defense. This is a defense that's already played really well this season. So getting LT Overton back, and he's one of the better transfers, right? Let's face it. I think the better transfers that came in under Coach Kalen DeBoer, you got Jerry Bernard, Parker Brailsford, LT Overton for sure. Help me out, fam. Who else we got? I remember Graham Nicholson was last year. He was a transfer that came in. Are we missing anybody in terms of top transfers that came in? Keon Sabb has been pretty good. Josh Cuevas was a transfer as well. He's been great. You think about it, they've had pretty good hit rate in the transfer portal. They got a couple of the tight ends in the transfer portal that didn't really play. But they even got this new tight end that came in as well, Josh Ford. But let's see, LT, Jeremy, Josh, Parker, Keon Sabb. Those are 5 guys right there that are starting right now, right? I mean, Austin Mack is a transfer in as well, right? So And Patriot Life with a super chat. He says, Merry Christmas, Kyle, and the Bama family. Hope you and yours have a blessed one. Yeah, you too, Patriot Life, out there in Chattanooga, man. Patriot Life's been a real one for a long time, and I appreciate the continued support as always. So thank you so much, Patriot Life. I sincerely appreciate you being here on Bama Football on YouTube, 100%. And then Jarvis fires back with the $5 super chat. And he's like, look, just ordered me an 85-inch TV from my winnings. The Rose Bowl is going to look beautiful on that thing. 100%, man. Yo, Jarvis, you want enough to go out to the Rose Bowl, dog. So, congratulations again on that big win for you, bro. When you look at the bandit position now, right, you have LT Overton, who is healthy. You have Keon Keeley, who's been balling out. And you had Jordan Renaud as well. We haven't really seen Fatoa Henry yet. I'd like Fatoa Henry's highlights, so maybe just he's kind of in development or whatever it is. I think we've seen a glow up from Keon Keeley. Would you guys agree inside the comment box? Yes or no on Keon Keeley? He looks really good. He looks ready to go. Like if LT, if he couldn't come back, I'd be fine with Keon Keeley. That's how good Alabama's 2 deep is, right? So when Keon Keeley, he looked nice. I even saw him dropping back in coverage, and he looked good. He's just that athletic. I think my prediction for next year is I think Keon Keeley will be better than LT Overton was this year. That's how good I think. I think Keon, you know what? Come to think about it, who plays the video game? The NCAA, the video game. When I first played, I think Keon Keeley on my game, he might have won the Heisman Trophy. He was crazy on the game, like unbelievable, unstoppable. Bruce Williams in with the super chat. He says, happy holidays to everybody. 100%, man. Happy holidays to you and your family, and I hope you have an enjoyable one. Bruce, you've been here for a while too, man, so I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Amanda Jane coming in as well. Merry Christmas, Kyle. Thank you for keeping us informed and entertained daily. 100%. My big prerogative on here, kind of like the main objective is just pride and performance in the product. Right. And consistency in the performance. Like don't get me wrong. Like it's a grind. It is. But I get it. I choose to be in this space. I choose to be a content creator. I do have some talent in some areas, but there's some areas that I certainly need to improve on. So I appreciate all the grace that you guys give me as I continue to, morph into a content creator in this day and age. And I appreciate you guys having me back. So thank you so much, Amanda Jane. I really, really appreciate that. But the bandit position is good. You're really good. And I think kind of down the road, and I'll have an updated graphic in terms of, because you did get some signees that might fit into this position as well, like a Noah Wilson, right? That guy is fantastic coming in from 2026. I really like his motor. And that bandit position, you have to be super, super athletic to play in that spot. And the most impressive thing with Keon Keeley and Jordan Renaud, because don't forget about Jordan Renaud here, please. Like, this guy is just, honestly, he's probably just as good as Keon Keeley, which is crazy to say, but he is, okay? And I think they've probably played the equal amount of snaps. I'll have to go look on Pro Football Focus, but don't sleep on this guy. I might have to put a little sleepy emoji over here because don't sleep on him. CD, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. Thank you very much for being here. And same to you, Andrew and Jay inside the comment box, and B-Rob. I appreciate it. Thank you. So we're straight up in this position, 100%. All right, feel good about it. I did see this yesterday. So I don't know who did this interview with Jalen Mbakwe. It was some sort of agency, but everybody was talking about this yesterday. I included it on a shorter video that I had roll out last night. But Bach in the transfer portal, and he shut it down. He was asked, Jalen Mbakwe, are you planning to enter the transfer portal on January 2nd? And he said, definitely not. So I'm glad that he shut that down. And, people have been wondering about Jalen Mbakwe going into the transfer portal because he hasn't played that much this year, right? What does he have, like under 25 total snaps or something like that? And I didn't think he'd go into the transfer portal. He's an Alabama guy, clearly. I think they will try to find a role for him, but help me out. Like, where is he going to play? He's going to have to be really patient And I will be honest, the times that they did get him the football, which was sparingly, I thought he looked pretty good. I mean, he's one hell of an athlete. I mean, he could play defense. There's no way he's going back to corner. He's playing wide receiver, right? Dan Carraway, what's up, man? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dan sent me a video. He went to the Oklahoma game, and he saw all the Oklahoma Sooner fans, bailing out. I appreciate it, Dan. Thank you so much. Dan is great. Dan has been a huge supporter of the program as well. Thank you very much, Dan. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Real one for sure. So, and I'll show you a graphic on the next screen. You don't think he goes back to corner, right? There's no way. He is going to be a receiver here. He could probably be whatever he wants. I mean, he's that talented. I always thought, if you're thinking gadget plays, he could probably even throw the football too, because he played, quarterback in high school as well. But as we look at the big board right here, and Jamie Bird says, "Roll Tide, Kyle. Just want to wish you and everyone a Merry Christmas." Yeah, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you as well, Jamie. You're always on the show. I appreciate you inside the comment box, 100%. And as we go kind of to the full screen, right, look at the wide receivers. As you can see, it's everybody comes back besides Jerry Bernard, right? Yeah, in 3501, that's what we're talking about. He's not entering the transfer portal. You're right. So everybody can come back. And that was one of the things that Courtney Morgan even talked about, was really kind of the retention, how important it is to Alabama, and re-signing. I would probably get comfortable, as I said, to hearing that Alabama has re-signed guys. That's just, that's probably, that's kind of where we're going. It's an announcement culture. That's what Kirby Smart said. I thought that was spot on. Do you think this entire room stays intact, or do you think some guys transfer out? Jalen Ibakwe just said he's staying. Okay, so we got Bach staying. Derek Meadows just got here. Cedarian Morgan, how are you going to keep him off the field? Lazier Brooks, you got to re-sign him. He's going to get a huge deal, and rightfully so. The performance that he had this year is incredible. He's the best wide receiver right now on the team, you could argue, or the hottest, right? Jalen Hell and Rico Scott. I think you look to these two guys and you're like, man, are these guys going to come back? I don't know. Rico Scott, man, the guy, what did he run? Didn't he run 23 miles an hour? The fastest guy on the team? He barely even played. I thought for sure at the beginning of the season, fam, that we would see Rico Scott. Wishbone, what's up, man? Merry Christmas to you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Cole Adams, he's good. I mean, he's the starting punt returner. Isaiah Horton. Okay, let me ask you this inside the comment box. Does Isaiah Horton go to the NFL, or does he come back? Let me ask it like this so it's easy inside the comment box. Does Isaiah Horton leave? Yes or no? Oh, what's the rule? If you got third round, if you're 1, 2, or 3, you leave. If you're outside of that, you come back. I think that's Coach Saban's rule. Is Isaiah Horton a top 3, a third round guy? Yeah, 3504 says, thought they clocked him at 22 or 23. I know, which is crazy, right? Rico Scott running out there 23 miles an hour. And that dude built, too. Wow, so everybody's thinking that Isaiah Horton, okay, does he come back? So a lot of people are saying that he doesn't. I don't know. It might depend on kind of some late season production, right? James says probably third round. Super chat in from Jason. What's up, Jason? I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours. When was the last time Alabama was a touchdown underdog? I think it was 2008 versus Clemson opener when Tommy Bowden was the coach. I don't know. Do we have stats on that? Didn't someone said that? There was a reporter that had an article on this. It might have been Rodak. I don't know. 7 points. That's a lot. It's 7.5, right? I would imagine it slides down. But man, and I'm gonna, of course, preview more of the game. I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why I'm optimistic once again. Optimistic Kyle. right? And thanks for the super chat, bro. And thanks for everybody for the super chats. I really, really appreciate it. NorCal Maga saying, hey, Kyle, whatever happened to Jaden Roberts? Pff, no idea. That was weird. He just, I guess he just got, guys are better than him. Geno Vandermark. They really like Geno Vandermark. They really like Wilcom Formby now at right guard. So, you know what's crazy is that Wilcom Formby, I would have never thought that Wilcom Formby would beat out Jaden Roberts at right tackle. You see what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? That's wild to me. And this is a great question. Arvin, what's up, though? I love that super chat, that avatar for some reason. I really like, I love art. Love art. And I love black and white, like photos. I love, my favorite type of art is oil paintings. My favorite, like oil paintings from like the 1600s. It's mind blowing to me that we are able to do that, that long ago. And then black and white photos are my thing. So like, I don't know, I guess I just like this black and white photo. Black and white photos go hard. And you have a great question. What does Alabama do with Ryan Williams? Man, I think you just ride it out. I think you ride it out with Ryan Williams. And hopefully he can get out of this slump or whatever it is. And I think you ride it out. I get it. It's uncomfortable because you feel that there's other wide receivers in the room, and there probably is right now, that could do a better job than him. But I think you ride it out. I don't think you bail on a player like Ryan Williams. And it's uncomfortable because, man, I see it too. I'm calling for another wide receiver, during the game. And I'm sure it's frustrating for some of the other wide receivers on the roster. It's like, man, I could have made that catch. Yeah, maybe so. Right, but there's something about Ryan. And the thing about it is, just like Jarvis said, you beat me to it, bro. Do you really want Ryan going somewhere else? That would be like heartbreaking for a lot of different reasons. Number one, we love him as a person. He really does exemplify like Alabama. He's going through it, right? But you can't bail on your family when they're going through it, right? You can't. Like you just. Now, does he continue to start? Well, that's on the coaches. But in terms of like, hoping that he transfers out or something like that, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, fam. Oh, you know what? I was going to show you all, and I have, okay, so, and maybe I could find it real quick. Let's find it. Okay. Do you see this book? So I bought this book a while ago. Like it was, I bought it like maybe like right when it came out, and there's a story in it about, let's see, okay, help me off the top of my head. Oh, okay. So the first year, right, the season, right here, I'll show it to you guys. Do you all see it? But this book, it was interesting because, and I'll come out and I'll look over the book and I'll come back with it. But it talks about, okay, so freshman Julio Jones in this particular game, right? But he had a slump in 2009. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Picture perfect. Did you all know that? I'm sure you all know this already, right? But it talked about Julio Jones having a major slump, I think, if I can find it. It's a really cool book. Like, it has a ton of stuff. And it was just released, so there's even some stuff on, like, Coach Kalen DeBoer in here. But I like to reference it from, like, a historical standpoint. But it does talk about Julio Jones going through, like, a major slump, which I found during his sophomore season, which I found was really weird. But I don't think you can sell on Ryan. I don't. And I know that's probably not a popular opinion, and I probably get heat for it. I'm not going to give up on the kid. Now, should other guys be playing ahead of him? Probably right now, yeah. And that's even hard to say. But I think that's the truth. I mean, you got to put the best players out on the field. And if he's not performing like the best, then you got to make changes. All right. All right. Couple things before I get to your guys' calls. All right. ESPN released these TV ratings: 14.9 million, 14.8 for Miami and Texas A&M, and then those other two games, kind of expected numbers. 14.9 for Alabama and Oklahoma. That's crazy. I thought it would be a little bit more, to be honest, because that was the only thing to watch on Friday. On Saturday, you also had like an NFL game, right? Like that's what I watched. In the afternoon, I had like the dual TVs, but I was like watching the NFL game. I was watching the Commanders versus the Eagles. But that was ESPN's dream right there. 14.9, and I get it. It's not all Alabama football fans, clearly. But I think a large percentage of that is Alabama fans, and I think a large percentage of that is, haters, like Bama fatigue, hoping and wishing that they could go to social media and post something to get hits because Alabama finally went down. Well, guess what? They didn't. I'm sure that was aggravating for everybody, but it's good for us, and it's good for ESPN, and Alabama moves on. All right. How about this? Have you seen this? All right. Okay. I'm not going to start a war here, but these are numbers that are out there. And I just want to get your take inside the comment box. Have you seen this? So, record 2 years, like within the first 2 years. And clearly, Coach Kalen DeBoer's season is not done yet. But Coach Saban, through 2 years, he was 19-8. And you also have Coach Kalen DeBoer, through 2 seasons, is 20-7. Now, there's a lot of people going on about this number, and they're like, what do you think? What do you take from it? I take from it that, for those of you that aren't sold on DeBoer, like, here you go. The stats are here. Coach Saban, like Mike G's like, Saban inherited a decent team. Yeah, but I would say, though, he didn't inherit to like what DeBoer did. And I'm not taking away from either coach. I just think that the foundation that Coach Saban set for anybody sets you up in a good position, but you still have to drive the car. You still have to keep it on the tracks, which is hard, right? Because you had to do a whole different coaching staff. You had to fight the transfer portal. And the thing is, I think what is also impressive about Coach Kalen DeBoer is the fact that, in my mind, he's playing in a different time period where there's more parity. Now, Coach Saban's teams were elite, okay? Like that 2020 team versus this year's team, it would be bad. The 2020 team or any of, Saban's title teams, those are like extraordinary teams that I think are all better than this particular team. But this team is battle tested. This team is playing a much tougher schedule than some of those teams that Coach Saban had. It's just what it is. There wasn't that parity when Coach Saban was coaching. So I think like when you look at the numbers, they're both great. Right? But can you sustain? But it's always about sustaining excellence and about taking steps forward. 2 years is easy. 1 year is easy. 5 months, 6 months is easy. But sustaining something for a long period of time is impossible for people. It just is. There's few people that can sustain excellence for more than a year, for more than 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years. That separates really good from great, and then like the greatest of all time. And you think about like our favorite athletes, to like Michael Jordan, Kobe, those type of athletes are able to sustain for a long period of time. That's why we love them so much, and that's why we appreciate it. So it's hard to do. So is what Coach Saban, what he did within 2 years, is that impressive? Of course. DeBoer, of course. Now sustain it, right? You have to completely sustain it. And I think that's going to be like the most challenging thing for anybody, is because what Coach Saban was able to do for a long time is he got better and better and better and better to where he was just the greatest that there ever was. Right? So, but I think in terms of the parity, there's much more parity right now. Way more. And that might be an uncomfortable take for some people, but when I first got here and the times that I covered the team for 7 years, man, it was boring. Seriously. Because you knew that Alabama because of how good Coach Saban's teams were, because there wasn't the transfer portal and all this other stuff. They were just going to get dominated. And that's what happened. They play like, you know, there was like 4, maybe 2, 3 really challenging games. But it's way harder. I think, like, man, there's a lot of parity right now. And Miss Anna in with the super chat. Appreciate you. She says, Merry Christmas. Appreciate it. You and your family, Kyle. Thank you for all the hard work you put into these shows. The content is superb and the quality is impeccable. Thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate it. Your contribution is great here, but always having you inside the comment box as a strong supporter for Alabama football, I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. It really means a lot to me. And then Eric, right on the back end, it says, hey, Kyle, just so fans understand, NIL and rev share are different. Going into next year, Ryan might still have the biggest NIL than Brooks, but Brooks' rev share might be bigger. Yeah, and that's a really good point too. And thank you so much for the super chat. Is like NIL is based off the deals that Ryan is earning, right? Like Hollister or any of his other deals, those are just for him. And then the university, whatever they're paying their players with the bucket, that's a whole different model, right? You know what? He might not even be making. This is crazy, but because he's making so much on NIL. He might not even be making that much at all from Bama, right? But his NIL is so high, and I think, like, you know, that allows Alabama then to pay other players because of the volume that they have. That's just how the brand works as well. But I appreciate the super chat, bro. Thank you so much. All right. So anyways, we have two, we have the GOAT, right? And then we have Kalen DeBoer, who's in year 2 and he's still playing. And it's he's going to be judged off clearly this year, playoff performance, how you did, and then what you continue to do throughout. Because nobody did it like Coach Saban. Nobody. And I don't think anybody will ever, like, again. I just think that Saban is just something different. He's the best, period. And I miss him. I miss watching him coach. But I'm glad. But we get to see more of Saban now than we've ever seen before because he's always on TV, which is cool. It's a good trade-off. All right, I have a question for you before I take calls, okay? And we'll come back on this tomorrow as well. But, all right, let me ask, what is your favorite Christmas movie, all right? Post inside the comment box. And Oceanic, did we get it? Oh, we got a super chat from my boy Oceanic Jazz. He says, Merry Christmas, Kyle. We appreciate you, brother. Am I the only one that feels we've got a Rose Bowl in the bag? Well, I feel confident about the Rose Bowl too. I'm telling you. And it's not like overlooking anybody. It's just that I have confidence in this team now that they're healthy and that they're much more battle-tested than Indiana. And we'll talk more about that, and we'll look at the stats. And, look, Indiana is not a bad team at all. I just have confidence in the Tide. More right now than I have in the last, 5 weeks, which is wild. But that's where we're at. All right, so inside the comment box, post your favorite Christmas movie. And, look, again, if you don't agree with some of my takes on something, that's completely fine. You don't always have to feel like you have to agree with me. Seriously, it's fine. Point it out. I like to think about things in retrospect, so it's cool. Seriously. And trust me, if you knew me outside of this, I promise you we'd be friends. I'm a very open-minded and down-to-earth person, 100%, right? And I am above nobody. I'm just on it. I'm just a content creator, and this is kind of just the lane that I'm in. So don't feel like you'll upset me if you don't agree with some of my takes. Seriously. So just be yourself. All good. All right. So look, this isn't my list. I looked up, I just typed in before I was on the show and I said top Christmas movies. And this is what popped up. So let's go over them real quick. All right. So we got It's a Wonderful Life. Has anybody seen that? Clearly an older film, but one of the staples, right? I don't know if that's number one for me. Home Alone goes hard. Home Alone, it sets the tone. It's a tone setter, right? It makes you feel good. It's funny. It's a good movie through. Who doesn't like Home Alone? If there's anybody out there that doesn't like Home Alone, I don't know. We need to talk because Home Alone, it goes hard. All right, it's tough. With Die Hard, this became like a Christmas. Does anybody is there a family out there that's still doing Die Hard? Because there's several Die Hards, but this became like a Christmas thing, right? It never was for my family, but I always, always appreciated Die Hard, of course. Bruce Willis and Danny Glover, right? Christmas Carol, right? Staple. Elf. Do we have any Elf fans? Who are our Will Ferrell fans? I mean, Will Ferrell, how can you not like him, right? Elf goes hard as well. It's funny. It's not my favorite Will Ferrell movie, but it's a solid Christmas movie. All right, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, solid. It's funny throughout. I think it's hilarious. There are some people that don't like this movie. I think you either really like this movie or you hate it, right? Am I right? Come on. This might be my favorite, The Christmas Story. The Christmas Story is perfect in every way. It is such an iconic time, right? It's a great character setup. We've all had like either their dad or grandpa like the dad. It's like we've all had a little brother like that. There's always been like the bully. We've all wanted like that BB gun. We've all went out there. You know when you went out there with the BB gun, you thought about you'll shoot your eye out. The first time you got a BB gun or a pellet gun, you remember this? All right. So Christmas Story might be my first. When they go to the Chinese restaurant. All right. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Come on. Solid. Absolutely solid. Miracle on 34th Street, of course. And then Rudolph. I grew up in a time period where I can't remember when Rudolph would come, when it would come on, but it would come on like ABC. Right? They would like announce it. This is before like we had like YouTube TV and all this sort of stuff. Like you got with your family and you knew at like 7 p.m. on like Friday night, it was going to be like a Christmas. You remember this? And you would get around with your family and you would have, do we have any eggnog fans? You would get like eggnog and you would just like watch the Rudolph, right? Yeah, those are good times. All right, 1 second. I got somebody. Somebody just rang my doorbell. 1 second. Let's go see who it is. 1 second. Hey fam, I have to go get the door real quick. Hold on. 1 second. You aren't gonna believe what happened. It is all right. You guys ready for story time? All right, this is so cute. So, last night, true story. I'll get to your calls in a minute. You guys okay? You guys cool with story time? So last night I was, and I'm so busy and I'm so into my work, and every single video that I make is like, it's like, it has to be the best. And I recut the videos and I want to make sure like everything is perfect, right? I'm a perfectionist. And so LT Overton, the news came out. So of course I'm like here, I sit down, or I'm standing and I'm cutting out a video. And I'm going hard in the paint. I'm doing my thing. And the doorbell rings, or it knocks. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, who could it be? Right? And I go down. I'm like, it was just like the Grinch. And I went down. And I open up the door, and there's these two sweet little girls. They look just like Cindy Lou Who, I promise you. And they were singing. They were like, hi, Mr. Henderson, can we sing you a Christmas carol? Oh my God, my heart. And I was like, absolutely. So they sing a Christmas carol, all right? And then they leave, and I told them to come back. So I was like, come back in a little bit, so you can sing another song. They came back in 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes. And they ring the doorbell again, and I'm cutting this LT Overton video. And I was like, hi, girls. And they're like, we're scared. And I was like, oh, my God. They're like, we saw a car that scared us. And they're little. They're like 6 years old. So I was like, I'll walk you home. And I'm cutting this video. And the video is like processing, and I'm like working on all the stuff. And so I was like, I'll walk you home. So I'm walking them. And I'm like, where do you girls live? And they're like, we live at the end of the neighborhood. And I'm like, oh, my God. Not a big deal, right? So I go and I talk to the mom and stuff like that. So they came back, okay? And look at this. This is seriously like the sweetest thing. They wrote me 2 cards. And they brought me cookies and candy canes. Look, okay, I'll read one of them out. This is so sweet. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. We were really scared last night, and you made us feel safe. You are the best, kindest man I have ever seen. I hope you have the best Christmas ever, and Merry Christmas to your dogs. So I hope you have the best Christmas ever, and thank you again. Isn't that cute? Oh, my goodness. So, wow, that was really cute. Good moment. It happened twice, and they kept on knocking at the door, so I had to go down. All right, so, wow, that was cute. All right, from cute to the naughty list, and then I'll take your calls after this, all right? All right, so I was thinking about this. Who could be on our naughty list? And this is what I got, okay? I got I got Diego Pavia, okay? Diego Pavia. I got Tate Sandal for those booty shorts. Like, that was just, it felt kind of naughty, right? I put Damian Harris on the naughty list, okay? He can come off, though, all right? All he's got to do is pick Bama, and we'll take him off the naughty list. And then I just put Tommy Castellanos. Is there anybody else that should be put on? Oh, David Pollock. Okay, yeah, good. We'll add him to the list as well. We'll write him down so we could put him on the list. Okay, Pollock. Who else? Can you think of anybody else who should be on the naughty list? Look at those booty shorts, or don't. Kirby Smart. All right, Kirby. All right. Who else we got? Anybody else? All right. Tate Sandal is probably the naughtiest. We're going to give away a naughty award, okay? I don't know when we'll give it, but somebody's going to get the naughtiest of the naughty. And right now, I think Tate Sandal might be, come on, Andy. And I think Tate might be the naughtiest of the naughty. So how about, I guess Lane Kiffin maybe, right? Mendoza. Oh, Mendoza seems like a nice cat, right? All right. Be sure to become a fan funder if you want. Thanks for your consideration. The super chats, becoming fan funders, all that. You guys support me, so I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate the outflowing super chats today. They go a long way. So thank you so much for that, and I really appreciate it. And of course, please support our sponsor, which is Sleeper. You can download the app. You get $20 just upon downloading it, and then get a $100 deposit match up to $100. Use the promo code TAILGATE, available in 25 states. Terms and conditions apply. They've been great to me. Please support them. More or less picks. We'll do more or less as we get closer to the Rose Bowl. And really fun to play. And, of course, you can set up your fantasy football leagues through Sleeper. All right, the phone line is open. I know it went a little bit longer today, but that's we're filling the show. So we got some trending topics on the board. We got Bama versus the world. We got LT Overton. He's back. Why Bama beats Indiana? If you want to go there already, Bama hate is real. Early thoughts on the Rose Bowl and who's on your naughty list. All right. So with that said, we will go to the phone lines and we got Chris from New Jersey leading off. Chris. Merry Christmas Eve to you and yours. Welcome to the show.
Kyle.
I appreciate you being here.
Merry Christmas Eve, my friend. Listen, we all know you're, a great media guy and a great father, but now, neighborhood hero. Wow, we truly are among greatness.
Oh, wow. That was
nice work, buddy. Yeah. Nice work. And I had to ask my son how you. I typed Cindy Lou Who in the chat. I had to ask my son how to spell it.
That's exactly who they look like.
Lou is L-O-O.
They look, these two little girls, because, my Lacey's now, she's about to be 13. She's not a little kid anymore. And Caden, he'd be 17 here on the 31st. So, yeah, they're not little. These little kids were. So they're so cute. So anyways, welcome to the program, man. I appreciate you being here.
Hey, Kyle, you're the best. Well, you listen. You kind of you stole on Christmas, Kyle. How bad is that? You stole my two ideas. One is we got an early Christmas gift. You're 1,000% right. LT, prayers for him. I would love to see him play. By the way, and Keely, having a little rotation, great. Little rest, coming in some fresh legs. That's great for us. And I want to tell everybody, and I remember this because this is when I first started following Bama. Is Julio Jones had one of the worst cases of the drops ever. Julio Jones, Hall of Fame, college and football and the NFL. And so we gotta take it easy on our guy. We Ryan Williams. And by the way, I have a prediction, or I know we shouldn't be predicting for next year, but you're going to have to make an emoji 12-2 for touchdown. So Keelan to Ryan Williams for touchdown. So that's my little prediction. Now let's just go into the Christmas movie here, Kyle, because you're always wearing your blazer, so you're looking good, Billy Ray. Everybody in the chat, Kyle, you guys got to see Trading Places, man, with Eddie Murphy.
I'm gonna write it down.
Dan Aykroyd.
I'm gonna write it down.
Come on, write that down. Everybody in the chat, Trading Places. That's our family movie. It's a Wonderful Life, of course. That's got to be there. And then the Christmas Carol. But, Christmas Carol has so many. My favorite one is there was one from 1938. It's called From Reginald Owen. And he's real mean Scrooge. And that's a good one, everybody. Black and white, makes you feel real Christmassy. So, all right, brother. Well, listen, I just wanted to chime in on, Merry Christmas Eve. Thank you for what you do. My best to you and the family of the Undefeated. Everybody have a safe holiday. And we will talk, my friend. Roll Tide.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Merry Christmas to you, Chris. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here on the program, man. Thank you so much, Chris. Chris has always been so great. It's been nice to get to know you, Chris. So Merry Christmas to you and yours, bro, up in New Jersey. Montclair, New Jersey, by the way. All right. Looks like we got to have Mike down in Choctaw. Mike, what's up, man? How you doing? Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Doing good. Just here making some dressing, so getting ready, doing the cooking. And but Merry Christmas to you, Kyle. Merry Christmas to everybody out there in Bama land. I can tell everybody Merry Christmas and Roll Tide.
Yeah, love it.
So it's a great day, man.
Absolutely. So we got a couple of topics that we could work with clearly. Bama versus the world. I like that one. LT Overton. What were you thinking when you saw LT Overton back? Were you cheering? Did you, cut up some turnips? What were you thinking?
All the above, man. All the above. But I'm very happy to have LT Overton back. But really, I mean, because I think he's definitely been one of the key players on the defense. Yeah. But we didn't have him for Oklahoma last week, and for the second, starting the second quarter on, I noticed that we would line up 7, and sometimes it looked like even 8 people at the line of scrimmage. And I guess we just completely changed our game plan like we all seen there. So definitely happy to have them back, but also happy to see the defensive adjustments that we can make in real time like we did last game that kind of saved the game. But definitely a plus, LT coming back, man. He's been a great player for us, and I want to see him. I don't know if he's a junior or a senior, but I just want to see him have a good game in this legendary Rose Bowl. But speaking of which, Kyle, I have a question for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this, right? 'Cause I'm an old school college football fan, dude. And with that being said, I do look at a lot of the brands of college football. I look at the brand of Alabama, the brand of, Texas and whoever, Ohio State, these big brands in Michigan. But Indiana is not a big brand. We all know that. But with that being said, man, I try not to let that take into account my thinking on this game, the whole brand thing. Historically, we're the best. Historically, they're the worst. I try to throw that out the window temporarily. But the question, Kyle, is I know Indiana has the number one. They have the Heisman Trophy. They got the other trophies, the Coach of the Year. Are they really that good? Are they really Georgia level? Are they really Bama level good? Or did they just get in 2 years? Half these guys played for James Madison.
Yeah.
They weren't even recruited, half the guys. They're zero-star players. Are they really as good as Georgia and Bama? And I know they beat Ohio State, man. Are they that good, Kyle?
You know what? I think that we're about to find out how good they are. But I will tell you this. The more that I've kind of dove into Kurt Cignetti and the more I've listened to him, he's got a lot of Saban in him. And anybody that has Saban in them, I think is somebody that could be dangerous because they know what it takes to be able to play at this level. They know what it takes to put things together to beat a team like Alabama. They know what it takes to get to however far they want to go. I mean, going 13-0, and I get it. I think the Big Ten has holes within the conference, but the more I listen to him and the more that I have watched film on them, look, this is a good football team, okay? I do feel that SEC teams would challenge them if they played a SEC-type schedule. I think they'd lose some games. I do feel that Alabama is a better team up and down. But look, I think they are a good football team. They can run the ball really well. They got a really good defense. And their wide receivers, I think, are exceptional. To be honest, this is going to be a huge. This is going to be huge, and people probably aren't going to like this. But I would say that their wide receivers right now that are better than Alabama's wide receivers. They don't drop passes, okay? Alabama's wide receivers are good, but they drop passes. All of them do. I mean, Jeremy Bernard drops passes. Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams. I mean, Lazier Brooks has a couple drops. Their wide receivers, they're great, and they can challenge downfield. I think it's going to be one of the best matchups to see Fernando Mendoza go to his two wide receivers, really three, because Charlie Becker has now come on as well. I think the wide receivers versus Alabama's defensive backs is going to be an absolutely stellar matchup. So, yeah, are they that good? We're about to find out. They're a good football team for sure, and Kurt Cignetti, he's got some dog in him. What else you got, Mike?
Well, I hear you, and I agree with you. I'm just trying to get past this whole brand thing. But you're right, man. We're going to find out. But, hey, I ain't got nothing else, man.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Same
Merry
to you.
Christmas to everybody out there. Have a good Christmas, Kyle, and y'all roll tide.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Thanks for calling in, man. I'm sure those turnips will be good for Christmas. Mike so Mike is in Austin, but he has family in Choctaw County, right? So that's where he's at, and he was Free Mike, and then when we learned that that he grows turnips, he became Turnip Mike. So that's one of the few name changes that we've had on here, right? And then the realist, what's up, man? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours, bro. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. All right, 251, let's do it.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for calling in. Good morning. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. Who am I on line with and where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Loxley, Alabama. This is my first time calling in, and I'm so excited. And I would like to talk about, to me, the personally unfair touchdown by Oklahoma from the Alabama and Oklahoma game, and I caught one of the players holding,
Okay.
but the refs didn't call it, and I think that's really unfair.
Yeah.
That they scored that touchdown, but we still won anyways.
Yeah, what was your name, by the way? I missed your name.
Giovanna.
Okay, Giovanna. And how old are you?
11.
And before we get going to your, pointing out the lack of holding, what's like a favorite Christmas mood or favorite Christmas movie that you like?
I like Elf.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I had Elf earlier on the board. Okay. Look, I think we've seen holding, some non-holding calls throughout the entire season. I feel that there's been several holding calls that just haven't been called specifically on Alabama wide receivers, there's been times where Ryan Williams, I think at the wide receiver position, he's been held a lot of times, right? So, yeah, good point out on that. Did anybody else inside the comment box see what Giovanna is talking about in terms of there was a holding call? I think it's been happening a lot, so really good point out. How are you feeling about the Rose Bowl? Are you excited about Alabama and Indiana?
I'm excited. I think that that Indiana doesn't have a defense like Alabama's, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well,
and they haven't seen an offense like ours.
Love it. Love it. Really good point out. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I hope that you have a wonderful end of the year and enjoy the Rose Bowl. Thanks for calling in.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right. That was a really good call. Sometimes we get, some little ones calling in from time to time. I mean, think about it. I mean, the amount of Alabama football fans is extraordinary. I think, and because we have Roll Tide Probs. He calls in from Huntsville, and I think he's like, 14? And he's tremendous. So every once in a while, he'll call in. And I think I want to say that he told us he was homeschooled. I can't remember. But anyways, think about, kids are ultra talented, and the way that they call in, the way they watch the football games, it's amazing. All right, 973. Hey, thanks.
What's up, Kyle?
What's up? Who am I on line with, and where are you calling in from?
I'm from New Jersey. I just wanted to talk about how Indiana should be worried when they face Bama, because I just wanted to pull up the statistics when remember, I'm trying to find ESPN. Just so everybody knows, Alabama only had 28 rushing yards against Oklahoma and beat them by 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not a lot. That's terrible. And I think if Alabama can even just get – I'm talking about the offense. If Alabama – because I think the defense will be all right. I mean, the corners are amazing. If Alabama's defense – or not offense, what am I talking about? My bad. If Alabama's running game is on point and they can, mix A.K. Deere, Daniel Hill, and maybe Daniel Hill gets a couple good runs. And if Alabama gets over 60 rushing yards, I think they beat Indiana. There's no way I don't think they can't beat Indiana if their rushing game is above than what it's been this whole year.
I missed your – what was your name? What was your name? What did you say your name was?
I'm Richard. I'm from New Jersey.
All right, yeah, Richard. Thanks for calling in, bro. And how old are you?
I'm 14.
Yeah. I told you, man. Yeah, these 14-year-olds, they got it going on. So Richard calling from New Jersey. Look, Richard, you bring up some really good points. I mean, Alabama, think about this, what Richard just said. You had Alabama, this is what's crazy to me, Richard. Alabama is ranked 118th in the nation in run game, right? If they're able to somehow manufacture some runs during the next couple of games, they probably can make a run at winning this entire thing. That's kind of the one area that we're waiting for. We saw Ty Simpson's deep ball come into play against Oklahoma. We know that the defense has been turning it up. Even the special teams. Connor Tauti, the guy in the last last 4 field goals, he gained right? Yeah, so there you go. So the 3 phases of the games, we're just waiting on that running game. Maybe Jam Miller will get a little bit healthier by then. You like Daniel Hill. We still haven't seen too much of A.K. Deere, but, who knows. But right now.
We should see more of him.
And how you feeling, before I let you go, about kind of Bama against the world? Do you still feel like deep down that Alabama can maybe win the national championship?
Oh, definitely. I mean, hey, the end of the season against Georgia I was not that game. That was bad, but I think Alabama was just gassed. I mean, the brutal schedule.
100%.
I think they'll be ready. I think they'll be locked in. I mean, I think always being the underdog, like you say, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Good call, Richard. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Call again some other time.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
have a nice Christmas.
You too, bro.
Have a good New Year.
100%, bro. You too, man. Thanks, Richard. Man. Yep. All right. Yeah. Man, Richard, go hard in the paint, man. I'm telling you, those New Jersey fans. Chris, bro, you started a whole New Jersey network, right? I saw the 973 come in, and I was like, oh, we got New Jersey's coming. They're coming today. 404, you're up.
Thanks for having me on. I'm calling out of Polk County, Tennessee, if you know where that is.
All right, yeah. What was your name?
TriStar.
All right, appreciate you calling in, man. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Now, going into first about the Christmas movie. My favorite Christmas movie, this is a deep cut, but mine is Die Hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And yes, it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. How many Die Hards are there? Did we finish out with? Was there like 5?
I lost count.
All right, we'll see. We'll just ask the undefeated. How many Die Hard movies were there? All right. So, anyways, go ahead. Yeah, Polk County. Yeah, go, come with it. What else you got?
So I will say this. You know, I personally think just by watching how Alabama's looked this year from an outsider's perspective, and seeing how Indiana's played, especially on defense, I think that's going to give Ty fits. And the fact that Alabama has really struggled to run the ball, and by God, imagine if y'all had a Sean Alexander back there, who, by the way, I will still say is the best running back to ever play at Alabama, not Derrick Henry or Najee Harris or Brian Robinson or any of the guys in the saving era. My favorite running back ever at Alabama was Sean Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
And the best quarterback to ever play at Alabama is the pride of Gaston, Brody Croyle.
People love Brody Croyle. I have a friend of a friend who really knows him. People love Brody Croyle for sure, 100%.
That boy bleeds Bama.
Well, and I heard that his arm strength was like ridiculous. Is that true?
Yeah, you got to remember, he played in the era of the 3 mics. So
yeah.
he was on some bad teams.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, same thing with Sean Alexander. You know, everybody thinks about, well, you know, Derrick Henry, he won the Heisman. I'm like, yeah, but look at the team he had around him.
Yeah.
Go back and watch. If you want to see just how dominant Sean Alexander was, go back and watch. It was 1997 at LSU.
Yeah.
And he had over 300 all-purpose yards by himself.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, and the best wide receiver is the Deuce, David Palmer.
Yeah. You know, as soon as because that was clearly before my time, but as soon as I watched the Deuce's highlights, I was like blown away. I mean, that guy in terms of returning punts was incredible. Yeah.
Highlights, like, go watch his.
Yeah.
He's very underrated, and I still say the best linebacker ever at Alabama was George Teague. To me, at 92, defense is still the best defense.
Yeah, a lot of people say that for sure. Yeah, I had an opportunity to meet Jay Barker a couple times. We became friends, and just kind of hearing some stories on the back end for sure. How you feeling about kind of coming back to the present day? What about LT Overton or Bama kind of against the world as like an underdog now? Because for so long, Alabama's been so dominant, right? But now it's like people think Alabama's vulnerable. It's against the world. How do you think that kind of plays into where we're at now?
Well, for y'all's fan base, I mean, I feel like this is uncharted territory for, I'd say, fans around the age of 20 to 25. They're not old enough to remember the days of being on probation and, just being down in the dumps for you guys, And when they lost like 7 straight to Tennessee and 6 straight to Auburn at the same time. And I feel like the younger Alabama fans were very spoiled. And now that they see that they're not, the tip-top, and they lose 2 games, they're ready to fire the coach. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously you've been very spoiled. I mean, you got lucky by having one of the best coaches to ever do it on the sideline. And one of his great things was he was able to hire great assistants. I mean, just go back and look at the 2015 coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had Kirby Smart as defense coordinator, Lane Kiffin's offense coordinator, Mario Cristobal as the offensive line coach. You had Dan Lanning as a graduate assistant. You had, I mean, just go through those guys, and you're going to see a lot of top-tier coaches.
Yep.
And
good call, man. I appreciate you calling in. Call again next time, man. Good call from Polk County, bro. Be safe on the road.
Yeah.
Merry
yes,
Christmas,
sir. Go
too.
Big Orange.
Yep. All right. 346. Hey, Merry Christmas. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, that was me.
Jay from Pensacola. Jay, what's up, dog? How are you doing, Jay? Yo, can we get let's type in Merry Christmas, Jay, because Jay went through it, man. And Jay battled through. Remember, his truck slid off the road. Okay. Then his transmission went out. Then he had to take a train to Nevada. Then he flew back to Texas. What's the latest update, Jay? What we good? Don't tell me his phone cut out too, man. Jay, come on, Jay, come with it, dog. Jay.
Hey, I'm back here.
Jay, you good?
Hey, I don't know what happened, Cal.
Holy cow,
Yeah,
dog.
I don't know what happened.
You good?
You hung up by us. I was saying. Yeah,
So
I'm
give us
good.
the latest update, man. Like you doing all right? What's the latest? How's that transmission?
Oh, yeah, I got another truck. They gave me another truck. And
Oh my God, Jay. Now the phone's messed up. Oh my goodness, bro. You know what? Jay needs that blanket from the Charlie Brown, the Peanuts. You know that little one that Linus put around the tree. Jay, what's up, dog? You good?
Cal, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
Keep fighting, dog. Keep fighting.
Anniversary.
Oh my God, dude. Keep fighting, Jay. All right. So what's your early take on this Rose Bowl, Jay?
I do feel like Bama gets the word, Kyle. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like everybody, according to people on Twitter, we might as well not show up to the game. We might just Indiana won, so don't show up.
Just mail it
According
in.
to everybody else. I do feel like I want to know anybody else. Who else can win 11 games, make it this far without a running game? A lot of people like to bring up no running game. How many teams you know can make it this far without a running game?
No. This is nobody. Nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah. And who could run the ball like Alabama? Nobody. Who could run for negative yards?
Exactly.
Nobody. Who could still win games? Nobody. Nobody like Bama. And the band keeps playing on. Roll, 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 roll tide.
Roll, roll, roll tide. Roll, 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 roll tide.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, nobody. That's right. So, but like young Richard said from New Jersey, bro, if they're able to run for even like 50 yards, they win that game. You know, they win. They just got to be able to somehow, some way run. But the thing is, if we somehow are able to run, like let's keep running. It was crazy. There was nothing more aggravating than that Oklahoma game where we busted off that 29-yard run and then we came right back with the 5 wide. Right?
God, I don't. Why? I don't like the empty set. The empty set, I don't like.
I don't either. And if you're gonna run look,
I don't like it.
Am I wrong for thinking this way? If we're gonna run an empty set, I want Lazier Brooks, Ryan Williams, Isaiah Horton, Jerry Bernard, and Rico Scott. That's what I want for like a wide set. Like I don't want like Daniel Hill and Josh Cuevas out there with 5 wide. 5 wide to me is like we going 5 wide. We're going 5. We're gonna do this right.
I agree 1,000%. I would like to be honest, I thought Derrick Henry, but Derrick Meadows, I thought he would be more of a factor this year, but maybe next year, so he's the freshman too. So I thought he would be a great addition to this team, but I feel like he'll get there next year.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these receivers, everybody can return besides Bernard. And I think the undefeated thinks that Isaiah Horton goes into the NFL draft. If he comes back, I don't know. And everybody thinks that Cam Coleman and Malcolm Simmons coming here, but until they hit the transfer portal, I don't know. I do like that transfer portal, the linebacker that just went in from Auburn. I don't know. Did you guys see this?
Yeah. I seen that too.
Starting linebacker, Robert Woodyard. You guys see this? He hit the transfer portal. I think that Alabama needs a transfer portal addition from as a linebacker, but who knows? I don't know. Anything else, Jay?
Yeah, I got two more things, Cal. First of all, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate any holidays, so I'm the Grinch. So when it comes to that, but well, we stopped last year. Actually, we stopped last year celebrating holidays. But I do still like Christmas movies. But I didn't see you didn't have Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown.
No. See, that wasn't my list. But I will say this: Charlie Brown goes hard, 100%. Like Linus, Lucy.
Yeah.
Give me some other character. A Pigpen, right? You had to wrap up that tree with the little blanket.
Exactly.
Yeah. Charlie Brown Christmas is good. Who was the guy who played the piano?
What was the guy who played piano? I can't remember his name.
What was the guy? All right, I'm gonna ask that undefeated. Who's the character who played the piano? Remember, Lucy loved him. What was his name? I don't know. What else you got, Jay? While we wait.
That's all I got, Cal. Okay. So first of all, I want to say, well, all our the dynamic wide receiver we got. Who do you think we target any wide receivers in the portal or any experienced running backs? Daniel Hill have experience. AK did have a little experience. Kevin Riley had more experience. But do you think we go after an experienced running back or any other wide receivers in the portal?
CJ Baxter's in the portal, right? I don't know if you go after I've been thinking about that too. You got Xavier Caldwell coming in, you got Trayshawn Brown coming in as well, right? That's a really good question. Fam, do you think that Alabama goes after running back in the transfer portal? I don't know. That's a really good question. And they got no, the piano fam was Schroeder. It was Schroeder.
Okay, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Schroeder, he just ding, 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 ding. And Lucy was like, no, it's got to be more like ding, ding. She was like micromanaging him. Remember? Ding, ding.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. Well, happy holidays, bro. And look, God is the greatest, as you always say, man. Stay up. I know you've been battling it, but you're a man. You're a grown man. So you battle.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? You get upset, cry about it? No. You prevail. You keep on going. And if you need anything else, you just call me up, and I'm going to walk you through it, and we'll be straight. Cool?
I appreciate you, Kyle. I
All
know
right,
you,
man.
Kyle. Guys are great.
Yep. All right, man. You too, bro. Take it easy, man, and roll tide to you, man.
Roll tide.
Yeah, Jay. Wait. So people are saying that it was Linus. I thought it was Schroeder. So, yeah, Linus had the blanket. Schroeder had the piano. Pigpen had the dirt. Lucy was the micromanager. What was the girl who was in love with Charlie Brown? Chuck. She called him Chuck. Peppermint Patty, right? Peppermint Patty, man. And then what was Charlie Brown's sister's name? She was in love with Linus. What was her name? It's Schroeder 100% on the piano. All right, 615. Hey, thanks for calling. Yeah, thanks for calling in. You're on line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on line with, and where are you calling in from?
This is Dennis from Huntsville. Hey, and before I say this, let me say I'm a 2000 Alabama grad. I'm an Alabama fan, but I think that some people have got a little bit of delusional expectations for this football team. This is a good football team. This is clearly a top 10 football team. The problem is there's no way this team is going to win a national championship. I just don't see it. We have zero running game. We cannot run the football, which means that other teams can focus on defensively on stopping what we do well. Mm-hmm. They don't have to put a lot of effort into putting what we do poorly. I mean, we can't run the ball. I mean, Bear Bryant's turning in his grave, and while we have a very good defense, this is not one of those national championship defenses that can just shut somebody down. And even if our offense has got its problems, they suffocate everybody to the point where, we're going to win football games. Now, can we beat Indiana? Sure. Can we get blown out by Indiana? Sure. I mean, this is just one of those football teams. I think we're just too inconsistent. We've got too big a glaring weaknesses for us to say, oh, yeah, we're going to the national championship. I just say that because, look, we gotta be realistic about what DeBoer has got in his hands. I really think we're going to know what DeBoer is made of in the next 2 or 3 seasons. This is his second year. This is a transition. Honestly, hey, we made it to the playoff and we won a playoff game. I'm happy with this year. But to have the expectation that, hey, unless this guy wins a national championship now, something's wrong with Alabama, I mean, he needed to make the playoff. He needed to show some progress from last year, and he has. I think we just need to taper our expectations a little bit and know, we still until we get that offensive line fixed, we don't have to have the best running game in the SEC, but with the passing game that we have. But how about middle of the pack? How about middle of the pack where people have to kind of say, hey, we got to pay attention to their running game. And that's when you start slicing and dicing people to pieces. But right now, we're depending on, Tyson's has taken a lot of heat. He's gotten nicked up the whole year. Now we're starting to get healthy. Hey, maybe we can beat Indiana. Yeah. But I'm just telling everybody, take it easy. Take it easy.
Yeah, on the line with Dennis calling in from Huntsville. I think that when you look to, and that's what I was talking about earlier with one of our young callers who called in from New Jersey, pointing out that if Alabama can somehow manufacture rushing yards, they're going to win games. But right now, they're ranked, which is just mind-boggling to me, that they're ranked 118 and they're still winning games, right? So let me think about, let's think about this real quick, Dennis, before we end out. I'm thinking, the reason I have optimism against Indiana because I feel that Alabama is more battle tested, whatever. And then you go into that Texas Tech Oregon game. I think Alabama would be better than those two teams as well. Now the teams where Georgia and Ohio State down at the bottom, thank goodness they're at the bottom side because I think that those are probably the top favorites, right? Can Alabama beat those teams without a running game? I probably not. But I think that Alabama right now, being healthy, this will be a big game. If they win this game, then you could theoretically argue, like Urban Meyer said, that this is the highest that they could go, or they could go the lowest. So if they're peaking at the right time and they stay healthy, and maybe they start running the ball, which I get. Ryan Grubb doesn't run the football. I've been on that train. He doesn't. He did the same thing at Seattle. He's doing the same thing here, but they're still winning. So maybe somehow they peak at the right time. And then the other thing on top of that is just kind of they're built for the playoffs and they have depth. And look, the defense might not be as good as they've been in the past, but I do think, Dennis, that this defense is pretty good. And they seem to come up with plays, timely plays, throughout the entire season, right? Think about dating back to Georgia. We had the big 4th and 1 stop. Thinking back about Tennessee, we had the big pick 6. So we had the big pick 6 just recently against Oklahoma. You had a couple plays against Vanderbilt, right? So I think the defense, while it might not be the best that there's ever been, specifically against pass rush, they do come up with timely plays. So they will be challenged against Indiana 100%. Anything else, Dennis?
Well, no, I agree with you. The question is, like I said, we can beat anybody. The question is, you're rolling that dice with this team every time, and can they do it consistently enough? Yeah. Are they the type of team that can play to the highest level consistently? We got 3 losses, and there's a reason we got 3 losses because this team has shown that we can't. So, I just telling everybody, calm down, and this is a good football team. We took a step forward, but chances are we're not going to win the national title.
Yeah, well, thanks for the call, Dennis. I appreciate it. Call back again. Right. Well, love to hear from you. All right, take it easy, man. All right.
Thank you.
All right, 404. Hey, thanks for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Kyle? E-Man.
E-Man, what's up, bro? Merry Christmas to you, dude. How you doing?
Merry Christmas to you too, man. I'm doing good.
Are you off today?
I am off today. I'm at home chilling. It's actually, before I say anything, Undefeated and Cal, it's my little girl Zuri's birthday today. She turned 7 today.
What's her
Christmas
name?
Eve, baby. So Zuri, Z-U-R-I.
Zuri. All right, Zuri.
Zuri. Z-U-R-I.
Zuri. Did I get it?
There we go.
And how old is she?
She's 7 today.
All right. So, Zuri, this is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. We want to all wish you a happy birthday. We hope that you have an amazing Christmas, and we hope you have an amazing New Year. You have an amazing dad. Your dad has been calling in. He's a real one, and you'll understand as you grow in life what you mean by when someone says a real one. A real one is somebody that's a good person. They have a good heart. They are in that present time. So your dad, Eman, is a real one, and happy birthday to you. We appreciate you, and we wish you all the best. Zuri, happy birthday, and you got a lot of birthday comments inside the comment box.
Hey, Cal, I appreciate that, man. That's real, bro.
For sure, man. How you doing? Because I know you went through it, man. I know you lost your dad, recently. You doing okay? Is everything going well for you, Eman?
Everything's going well, man. I'm blessed. You
Good.
know, I always say I could complain, but nobody gonna listen.
100%.
We're men. we gotta keep it pushing. We gotta stay with our eyes on the prize. And like you always say, Cal, we just gotta stay where our feet at, man. And we got, I'm responsible for a lot of people, so we just keep it moving, and we just trust God.
100%.
Over here.
Yeah. Well, welcome on that. So Dennis was a little bit on the downside, and I know you speak the truth, man. So where you at, man? Let us hear it, man. Come with it, E-Man.
Yeah, man. That's funny you say that, because that's one of the reasons I did call. Because Cal, we gotta start vetting these calls, big dog. Like, yeah, we a truthful podcast, but we don't tolerate no Alabama slander or no Alabama doubt over here at Alabama Football on YouTube. We don't tolerate that, man. If you be coming over here with the good vibes, you can be real. You can keep it real if you're nervous or if the team is shaky or whatever, but we ain't going to come with no doubt like I just don't see them winning it, because I swear when I go to sleep at night and I dream, I see Alabama Crimson Tide winning that natty. So I can't say I just don't see it, because I see it. I ain't seen it yet, but I can see it. If I'm Nostradamus, I can see the future, and I see Alabama. We can host that trophy at the end of the year. We just got to do what we got to do. We got one thing I say about our team is it's weird how good of a switch we do have. Mm-hmm. So, like, if our base was, like, playing, our floor is, like I heard somebody say, our floor, like, blew out, man. We got to stop playing, like, through the floor, and, like, we don't know what's going on at all. Like, the moment's too big for us. But it's crazy because when people flip a switch on like they did against Oklahoma and just turn it on like that, and then just look like a national championship caliber type team, if we could play with, I would say, 60% of that, like, off rip, we'll be fine. If we just ramp it up and turn it up during the game and during the situation times that we need, we'll be fine. But we got to stop letting the moment, like, pass us and then running back up and catching up to it, because that's what's happening, and that's what's killing us a lot of times.
And I think that's kind of what Dennis was saying, too, is, like, the inconsistency is, I think, what scares people. Because, look, if because they have been inconsistent. If the only time that they were consistent was during that 8-game stretch, and even that time, like, there was a few games where you're like, all right, this team is like the real one, and that's when people were like hyping up Ty, and then I think because of injuries or because of tougher competition or parity or whatever it was, they kind of started playing inconsistent football and this and that. But I feel like if they're able to start peaking at the right time, being healthy, Ty Simpson playing, mad and kind of playing with that intent to be like, look, I don't care what the stats are. I'm going to go out and just be a competitor. Somehow they find a running game. The defense has been fine. The defense will be challenged. I promise you, by Indiana. They will be, but I think they're up for it. I mean, it's not like Fernando Mendoza is the only good quarterback that they faced all season. I've been talking about it. Name all the quarterbacks that they've played this year. They faced great quarterbacks all the time in the SEC, even before. Right. So, and they faced all different types of quarterbacks, and they've held firm. So that's why I'm optimistic. I think they do beat Indiana, and then I like Alabama against Texas. Call me crazy, but I like Alabama against Texas Tech and Oregon. It's just the teams on the bottom side that I think are heavyweights. But you want to be the beast, you got to do what the beast does. What else you got, E-Man?
Yeah, man, I agree 100%, Cal. Like, I look at it as, like, I don't think Indiana's no disrespect to their team. They have a great team. They have a great defense. I don't think their defense will be the best defense that we've faced as far as the front seven. In terms of front seven, I think that a lot of people still overlook the pressure and everything that's been on the guys, and especially Ty if we just keep it on the field. South Carolina, he was heckled. Auburn, he was heckled. A lot of the games, I think Ty have seen Oklahoma in both games, he was heckled. So it's like I think he's seen the best of the best that the country has to offer as far as D-line and how much pressure you can get on him. I mean, it ain't much more pressure you can get on Ty than he's already seen this year. So that gives me a little bit of confidence as far as him being able to handle whatever he's going to see moving forward in the playoffs as far as the pressure and the D-line. Now, I will say Signetti scares me more than the actual team does. Like, he's very, like, Saban-esque.
Yeah.
When you see him talk.
He is.
When you talk about the guys. Like, I feel like I think that's why a team full of 3 stars and 4 stars are playing the way they're playing, because I think they just bought into, like, he's like the tough, cocky Saban. So it's like they really bought into that side, and when you get guys rolling and they buying in like that, that really puts some fire on the guys and makes them play with their head on fire for real. But like with that, in that same token, I think we got that too. It just comes out different than Coach DeBoer. I think Coach DeBoer is a more like internal guy. Like he gives all his fire and everything he's gonna say, and all his sound clips and sound bites that I say in his clips. That's all gonna be like postseason. You'll see like everything and know everything that Coach is saying. But he's more of an internal guy. But our guys really good, man, and they ready for the moment. They just gotta. I feel like it's a lot of pressure for them guys playing for Alabama, and a lot of them guys. It's almost like a hodgepodge type of crew. A lot of guys from different places, and it was essentially different cultures that they're all trying to mesh into one. But the Oklahoma comeback, man, they showed me something. They got a lot of character, man. They got a lot of personality on that team.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you, man. Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, man. Happy birthday again to Zuri on her 7th birthday, man. Call in again, man. I know you're a real one, man. Appreciate it.
For sure, Kyle. You're a real one, too, man. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas undefeated in the you too, Kyle, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right. That's E-Man. Hey, fam. That's all the time we have today. I appreciate it. I take your calls all day. I promise you. If I didn't get your call, don't hold it against me. I like to take the calls. I like to rap with you guys. So thank you so much for joining me on this Christmas Eve special. We are going to take a break for 5 days. Just kidding. We don't take breaks here. Come on. So I'll be back again. Guess what? Tomorrow with another Wake Up Bama Christmas edition, and then news, of course, as it happens. Right? Wouldn't that be weird? You're like, what? No. I go hard on the paint. So that's how it is. Okay. And that's the world that I live in. So it's all good. I sincerely appreciate all of you guys joining me today. The super chats were outrageous. You guys rock. Thank you for getting my back. I appreciate you. Today was crazy. We went through a lot of stuff. And the Christmas, I got super chats and I got Christmas cookies and Christmas cards. Yo, this show is an absolute banger. All right. So news as it happens. All right. Follow the Facebook channel as well. Treat it like my website. And, Wake Up Bama tomorrow, 4 a.m. I get up there at 4 a.m. too, and I'm like, yo, what's up, fam? How you doing? But I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful Christmas Eve. If you have little kids, be sure and spend time with them. Make sure that they have what they need, but they don't. The thing about it, this is my final thought. This is being a parent. And really, in real life, like materialistic things, they're great for sure. But like little kids, they don't need anything else other than like you being there, right? They need you present, and you need to be present for your family, for your loved ones, and that's important. So be present, and tonight, if you're going out to a party, hang out with your people, right? Leave your phone alone and just interact with the people that are in your corner. So I appreciate you guys being in my corner. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me right here on Bama Football on YouTube on Wednesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve. All right, we'll be back tomorrow on Christmas Day with the Christmas special. Enjoy your Christmas movies. Enjoy your Christmas tide. To all, a good night, and to all, a roll tide. All right. And who could run like Alabama? Nobody. Who could win like Alabama? Nobody. All right, fam. Merry Christmas.